Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Just putting some lotion on my hands. It is so dry and cold here. When I moved to Alberta a long time ago, when did I move here? I moved here July 1998. That's how long it's been. I instantly noticed how much drier the temperature or drier the air is, sorry. Yeah, I'm traditionally, historically, whatever you want to call it, from Newfoundland, raised in Newfoundland and used to lots of moisture, living by the ocean. But now that I'm here in Alberta, it is so dry. So my skin is like an alligator. Have to put lotion on lots and lots. And I play with paper all day. So that also takes the moisture out of your hands. So paper crafters need to moisturize. Top tip for today. Okay, it's Friday. I've got my coffee in my fun little penguin mug. Big shout out to the penguin guys. The penguin punch is retiring and it's on sale. I had a bunch of people order yesterday from the last chance list. Get your penguin builder punch while you can. It's going. I'm so sad. I'll be keeping mine. I love all the builder punches. Builder punches are classics, right? You definitely want to hold on to those. What else? I've got so much. First thing I want to do is shout out to all the people who placed orders yesterday. Thank you so much. Such an amazing clearance rack refresh yesterday. Last chance list. Oh my gosh, there's so many amazing things that are on sale and leaving us and really deeply discounted, like up to 60% off, right? Amazing. So people were shopping online, getting their discounted items for maybe they're shopping for their own Christmas gifts. My husband loves it when I do that. If I say, you know what, I'm buying this stuff for myself for Christmas, he's like, great. I actually put it in a box and I open up Christmas morning. I'm like, look what you bought me. Anybody else do that? Yes, Cindy, you're ordered. Yes. I can't wait to get my order. The pre-order is exciting stuff. New demonstrators. I had a new demonstrator join my team yesterday and fill her cart with brand new things. So you can do that too. For $135, you can get $165 worth of whatever you want. And now she's ready to place her first order as a demonstrator and get her 20% discount on everything. And she's going to get her celebration items, right? So it's a win-win to be a demonstrator in the month of December. Okay, today is Fun Fold Friday, and I'm going to complete the week by playing with the Celebration Tags dies and the Celebration, let me just grab it here, sorry guys. Celebrate with Tags stamp set. Okay, I've been playing with this one all week. If you've been joining me, I love this stamp set. So the stamp set is retiring, the stamp set's staying, and the dies are retiring, and they're on sale. I think that's the deal. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's the deal. I got my catalog here. I'm pretty sure. Celebrate Tags. I'm just double checking here. I don't want to give you misinformation, but I definitely think you need those tags dies in your collection. Happy winter morning. Yes. Yes. I see all your comments. It is definitely a winter morning here. So cold. Last night when I went to bed, it was minus 24, wind chill of minus 28. Like that is way too cold. Okay, so yes, the bundle is retiring. The dies are 40% off, $32.40. They are regular in Canada, $54. So they're on sale for $32.40. You need these for sure. Let's see, I'm just going to flip back to page 67. I think maybe the stamp set is leaving, but it's just not discounted. I think the entire bundle is leaving and the dies are discounted. Okay, 67. Yes, I don't have it circled. Maybe the stamp set is staying. I'll have to check that out and get back to you. Feels like minus 20 in Chilliwack, I bought a backup set of the tags dies. Oh, great idea, Cindy. Get another one. Yes. Absolutely. Especially if you do classes or you have events where other people are using your supplies. It's always good to have a second set of dies, right? All right, we're going to flip the camera and get started on this Fun Fold card. This one I'm super excited about because you can use I actually didn't have time this morning to make some extra cards, but you can, I'm looking at the dies and I'm like, oh, I want to make different cards with this one. So I'm excited to see what you guys do with this one. Here we go. I'm just going to flip you and point you down at my work surface here. And whoops, let me just make sure I've got everything. Okay, I see you all here live with me, and we're going to turn you down here. Just bear with me while I tilt my camera. There's my snowy cold backyard, and there is my work surface. There's my coffee. Gonna need that today for sure. Although I slept so sound last night, you guys. The night before, because of the clearance rack and everything that was happening, it was like Christmas. I said that yesterday. I could not sleep. I was awake at 3:30. So last night, oh my gosh, by 9:30, I was so tired. Gingerbread house, I think both are retiring. Yep, everything. Yep, the gingerbread suite is all going. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Joy. Okay, so we are going to showcase my work surface. You can see my hands. There's my coffee. Going to move it off to the side so we don't have any accidents. Okay, let's see. Seems like I can give you a better look here. Okay. And these star things, I don't know what that means, but anyway, we'll just leave it on the screen for now. Okay, let's get started. For our card base, we are making a slider card, okay? Karen says she was up at 4:30 Newfoundland time to place an order. I think, yes, I'm hearing lots of comments about people who got up super early. Yeah, I get it. We had to get the good deals, right? Okay, so for this card, here is the products you're going to need for this card. All of these measurements will be on my blog later today. The instruction video will be this video. I will post it over on my YouTube channel, and I'll link it in my blog post so you can come back and watch this video to see how the little nitty-gritty parts of putting this together, because sometimes you know, it's better. I learn by watching. That's why I love videos. I love doing videos. I love watching videos because that's how I learn. So hopefully you feel the same way. Okay, so let's start off. We've got our card base here. It's our Pool Party 8.5 by 5.5, and it's got 2 score lines on it. It's got a score line at 1/2 inch and then another one at 4.5. So this is going to be we're going to make a pocket because this is going to be a slider card. So we're going to make this pocket, and I wish I could turn that off. Whoops. Let's see. Can you guys still see me? Okay. Sorry, I got to stop looking at the screen. There's too many things popping up there. It's distracting me. The peppermint, the 12 by 12 gingerbread peppermint. I think that's what it's called. Sweet Christmas, I think it's called. Let me tell you the right name. The Sweetest Christmas 12 by 12 paper is retiring, as well as all the peppermint stuff, the candy cane stuff. I have a piece of that designer series paper. I love this one here. It has Real Red, Garden Green, and Pool Party diagonal stripes. This can be used for any time of year, not just Christmas, right? It can be used for, down with COVID. Sorry, Bonnie, to hear that. I hope you feel better. So it can be used for masculine cards. This would be a great one, right? So I'm going to use this, and the measurement for this designer series paper piece is, let me just check my notes here. The DSP is 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. So not quite 4 inches, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto my card base like here, right here. So I've got that little band over here, that 1/4 inch, that 1/2 inch score line, and I'm going to center this in the middle of this panel right here. So let me grab my glue, and we'll put this on like so. And I'm going to show you how to cut the track for this slider card. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Then I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and we're going to do a cut on this side over here. So let's grab the paper trimmer. When you put your piece into the paper trimmer, you're going to put it in with this little, this is where the adhesive is going to go. So you want that to be on the left-hand side. So when I put this into my trimmer, I'm going to line this up at the 1 3/4 inch mark over here. Then I'm going to just gently pull up my cutting blade. My score blade is up here, the light gray one. I'm using my cutting blade. I'm going to pierce the cardstock at 1 inch. So on your arm, you will have the increments here. I have a little piece of white cardstock attached to the bottom of mine so that I can read it properly. So I'm going to pierce it at 1, and then I'm going to pull it back to 4.5. Okay, the 4.5 inch mark. So just go slowly, and 4.5. I'm going to hold this up close to the camera so you can see. On the cutting blade, there's a little line right there. I've got that lined up. That's where your blade is, right there. So that's where we want to stop, okay? So I'm going to lift this up. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. That's what you want. You want to have this little slit right here from the 1 inch down to the 4.5. Okay, so that's the cutting. Now we're going to, I'm going to put some adhesive on here. I'm going to use Tear Tape, my Tear and Tape adhesive. Love my Tear and Tape adhesive. I'm going to put that along this band right here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my other pieces. So I have here, hi Rhonda from Bowden, Alberta. Thank you for joining me. I have a little piece of paper, white paper, that is 3/4 of an inch by 3.5 inches in length. That is going to go into this little slit like this. Okay, so you can see at the back and the front, and I'm going to slide this down at the bottom. This is going to be whatever you want to slide on your card is going to be on this little piece. Okay, so I'm putting that on there. I'm going to flip over my card. So I want to make sure, I'll hold this close so you can see, on the inside, you want to make sure that this is not over too far touching this score line. You want to make sure it's clear. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that Tear Tape in again. I'm going to put Tear Tape on that little band. Okay, so I'm just going to come across here, put my Tear Tape, and then we're going to leave that for a second, just lay it over to the side. This piece here is a piece of basic white, and it measures the same as the DSP, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. That is going to be where my greeting, when I pull up the card, that is where the greeting is going to be. Okay, let me show you the card. Do you want to see the finished card? Let me show you what it's going to look like. It's going to look like this. So when I pull this up, there's my happy birthday, and my little balloons are sliding on the side. Isn't that awesome? I just love this card. So this piece here, this is what I'm talking about. This is the 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 piece. So when I do this, I'm going to stamp on here. So from the Celebrate with Tags, I'm going to use Happy Birthday because I'm making a birthday card. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. I'm happy you like that one. I'm going to bring in Real Red. Okay, so I've got my Real Red ink pad. I'm going to ink up my Happy Birthday. And I'm going to stamp that, not right at the top, but kind of in the top portion of this piece of basic white. There. Okay, so now this is the important part you have to remember. You have to flip this down so that the greeting points down at your cardstock. Because, let me show you with my sample, when you pull this up, it needs to be here, right? So it's going face down, for lack of a better phrase, it's going face down. So I'm going to make sure this is at the bottom. It's clear of my score line. I'm going to peel off the backing. And then I'm going to take my Happy Birthday. I'm going to, oh, before I do that, I forgot one little thing. I forgot to do my tabs. So these little notches here where your ribbon's going to sit and your thumb will naturally go to pull your card, you need to make that before you close up your card. So we don't have circle punches, but we do have this amazing handmade tag die, right? So I'm going to use that. I'm going to, let's pull this tab out. Because I got glue on it, I don't want to shut it because it'll glue my card shut. So I'm going to take my card like this. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when it's closed. When this is closed, so we're going to put our little notch up here. If you're if you want it to be perfect, just give it a measure. So when I'm just using my grid paper here at the bottom of my screen down here, I'm just going to make a little mark at the 2-inch mark. Okay, so this is 4 inches. So I just made a little mark with my pen, and that's going to allow me to know exactly where to come in. If you have circle punches, you can go ahead and use them. I have circle punches, but I don't like to use things that are retired. So I'm just showing you things that you can actually get, right? And this handmade tag punch is staying. It's not retiring, so I'm super happy about that. So I'm going to punch that out. Okay, there's my notch on the front. We need an equivalent one on the back, but you don't want to punch through 4 layers or 3 layers of cardstock. You got your DSP, your cardstock, and then the background. You will break your punch. So don't try and do that. Just do one, and then when you get your first one on the front done, you know exactly where to line up your punch, and then you can punch through the back, okay? So now I've got my notch right there. Okay, got that done. Now we can go back to the other part. Let's bring back our little mechanism here, and we will pop that in just as I was doing, like that, okay? So then I've got my stamped happy birthday. I'm going to put that up at the top. So I've got my little slider mechanism is in the right spot. I'm going to line this up flush with the top of the cardstock, and you want to make sure you're inside your score lines when you do this. And then I'm going to press this down. Then I'm just going to close this up and show you this is what's going to happen. See how that is now attached to the background, and it's going to move with my background. Isn't that fun? So easy, right? So now I'm happy with this. I can go ahead and close up my card. So I'm going to peel off this wax paper backing from my tear and tape, and I'm going to close the card. Easy peasy. Just make sure everything is lined up. Fold this down, and I'm going to fold down my back, just like that. So much fun. Yes, Jen, I love it. So this is the basic mechanism of the card. So the rest is decorative. So let's do some decorating. So to do some decorating on this, thank you, Janet. I got this idea from Lisa Curcio, one of her videos, and there's several others as well you can find if you Google. It's the slider card, but of course I'm using all different products this year and different inks and different stamps and dies, but it's called the slider card. Okay, so with the tags dies, let's bring those in. I want to show them to you one more time. The Celebrate Tags dies are on sale, 40% off, and you get all of these amazing dies that you see here on the screen. Let's see, one more. This one here too. Okay, so you get all of these dies. This one here makes the shaker card that I made yesterday, if you were watching. I made this one here, the shaker card. So it's this die, and I cut off the side panels, and I just folded it together and used the strips, the foam strips, and I've got my little effervescent, or I forget what they're called. Yes, they are called effervescent elements. So I guess they do look like they're bubbling up, like effervescence, right? So this is the piece we're going to use again today. But there's this little interesting piece in the dies as well, and I wanted to play with this to show you an idea of what to do with this. So we're going to use those today. Let's move this off to the side. I'm going to bring in my big boss, and let's see. We're going to cut some foil with this one. So I've got my big boss. You could do the mini boss, but I just wanted to, I don't know. I find this one is just almost the exact length of the mini boss plate. So I actually like using the big boss with this one. Just gives me a little bit more room to put things onto the cardstock. Okay, so I've got a piece of silver foil somewhere here on my desk. I just had it in my hand. Okay, silver foil. The measurement of this one that you're going to need, if you've got foil at home, you'll need a piece that is 3.5 by 4.5, okay? That's a silver foil. I'm going to put this down. I think you could probably use this in, but I like this one here with the scallop kind of at the top. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put that onto my silver foil. Don't need to cut the whole thing, because that would be wasting silver paper. I'm only going to use half anyway. Then I'm going to take this little die that's going to cut all the little holes. Going to lay that right down on top, at the bottom. Can you guys see where I'm positioning that? I'll just move it up a little bit. So that's where my silver is going. Then I'm going to grab a little piece of washi tape. You could use a Post-it note, piece of painter's tape, whatever you have, really, just to make sure it doesn't shift on you when it goes through the machine. So I'm going to put this over both dies, okay? And then I'm going to bring in my plate, my top plate, and we're going to roll it through. There we go. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Shift it all off onto my desk. Okay, so we've got this piece with the holes on the bottom. Now I want to trim these edges off because I don't want that. I just want the tag shape, right? So you can do it with scissors or you can bring in your trimmer. I'm just going to grab my trimmer and make it really fast and easy. I'm just going to line this up, trim off the sides, and trim off the bottom. There we go. And one more cut across the bottom. And there we have our tag with the little bubbles on the bottom. Isn't that fun? I love it. Okay, so now we get to do some other decorating. The stamp set has everything you need for, like, we've played with the mittens. We've played with the, what else did we play with? We played with the candle dies. We did Happy Birthday on the shaker card. I haven't played with the hearts yet. There's some really cool hearts in this set. Look at the stitched hearts right here, small and a big one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. It's so awesome. The snowflakes are awesome. You get the mitten, you get the snowflake die, you get the banner die, you get the stitch rectangle. You get so much in this one. So today we're going to play with the balloon because I haven't played with the balloon yet. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and done this because I didn't want you to have to watch me go through the machine over and over. I cut a balloon with Real Red and Garden Green, and then there's also this stitched circle, which is pretty awesome. This one. I stamped the Let's Celebrate You from the stamp set with Real Red, right? This one right here. And see, they've done their homework. They stamp it up. They know, right? Make the dies match the stamps, of course, right? So we're going to use that one. So I've got two balloons in the coordinating colors of my DSP. I'm using Pool Party on the background, and then these two colors are Real Red and Garden Green. Easy peasy. So let's put this together. Another product that is retiring and I'm super sad about, and you gotta grab more of this, is the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon. This coordinates with the peppermint or the Sweetest Christmas DSP so nicely, and you know you're gonna need Real Red and Garden Green. Those are classic colors, right? So I'm gonna use those today on my card. So I'm on to my second package of this. I've already used up the ribbon. Now I'm on my second pack. Okay, so let's open this up. We're gonna need one of each. Just getting that plastic off of the ribbon. Anybody know an easy trick to get this off? I don't know an easy trick. I just kind of gently, very gently hook it with my scissors and pull it off. But of course, it's not working for me today. I don't want to rip my ribbon, right? I don't want to accidentally cut my ribbon where I don't want to. Good Lord. I'm making it harder than it needs to be, I'm sure. Woo. Okay. The ribbon is free. Now you can see how beautiful it is. Garden Green and Real Red. Okay, we are going to cut a 6-inch piece of each one. So Garden Green and Real Red. Okay, and I'm going to take the Garden Green piece, going to double it up like so, and squish the ends together. Come in through the back of the tag with both pieces, very gently. Everything seems to go slower when people are watching you. Do you ever find that? Okay, so we're going in like that. Take the loop, bring it over the top of the tag, and pick up those two ends and very, very gently pull them forward so that you don't rip your tag. That would be such a shame to rip it. Beautiful silver foil tag. So there's my tag. So I'm just going to cut my two pieces on an angle like that, and there's the front of my card ready to go. And Then I also, while I'm doing ribbon, let's do all the ribbon. This piece here, I want to have something to encourage the recipient to be able to pull it up, right? So let's pull this up, and actually, here's a tip for you. When you do this, you can just take a pen or something and do a little dot to show you when you pull it up where you want to put your hole. So you can use a little hole punch, like you could use a regular office hole punch. I have my handy dandy Crop-A-Dile. We don't sell these, but you probably have one if you've been around crafting for a while. And let me just, yeah, okay. So then you can just take your hole punch and go over that hole you just made. Kind of go a little bit lower so you've got yourself a little bit of room to put your ribbon. And there's my hole punch. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the red, but actually with the red, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to cut this in half at about 3 inches. And I'm going to squish it. Squish it. That's a real technical term. I'm only going to put one of these through because this is a very small hole, and I think it would be really hard to try and get 2 pieces, like a double piece through. So 1 piece, but then I'm going to double it up like this. And I'm going to attach it by, you could use a glue dot to attach it, or you can use some white baker's twine. So I'm just going to take my baker's twine, lay that down in the background there, and I'm just going to tie this in a knot here to hold that ribbon together. This is a little trick to get away from having to push 2 pieces of ribbon through. You may have other ideas of how you could do this. There's lots of different ways. You just basically want to make a little pull tab for the person getting the card. All right, so let's hold on to the ribbon with one hand, one finger, and cinch with the other. And then I'm going to do a double knot so this doesn't come undone. Here we go. I hope I'm still in the screen here. There. Okay. And then I'll snip the twine, and I'm going to snip these pieces on an angle. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay. So that is my pull tab. So when I pull it back in, it's in the middle like that. And now we've got our tag. I love how I have both green and ribbon. It's kind of a festive. Do you guys have Christmas birthdays in your family? This would make a good Christmas birthday too, right? Or any other time of the year. Okay, so how do we put these on? We're going to use some dimensionals. And I have a sheet of dimensionals here that I want to use up all these ends. Okay, so I'm just going to flip everything over. Everything's going on a dimensional. So the Let's Celebrate and this tag, the balloons, I'll show you those in a second. So I'm just going to go around here and snip the ends. All right, so we're going to put all over everything because it all looks better when it's popped up, right? Okay. So on the tag, I'm going to put 1 in the center and 1 on the 4 corners. Okay. Then we're going to put this down, and I'll show you how I'm going to attach those balloons because that's my mechanism that's going to be moving. So I want to make sure that I do those properly because there's nothing any worse than making a slider or a card, an interactive card that moves, and then it doesn't move, right? Because it's stuck down not properly. So let's do this. Got our silver tag. We're going to put this right here on the left side. Okay, then this piece is going to go right at the top. I love how we've got like a little arch there above those bubbles, and we're just going to put that right there. Oh my gosh, I love it. So then this part is for my balloons. I want my balloons to be able to float. So what I want to do, I'm going to take my dimensionals. I'm going to cut a couple of small pieces like this. I'm going to stack them on this little rectangle. If you put them on the slider piece, then I know, like if I put them on the balloon and I stuck them down, there could be glue on the edges and then it might adhere to my card base. But if I just put them on the mechanism, then I can be pretty confident that I'm not going to ruin my card. I'm not going to make that card be like stuck down, right? So there we have it. I just layered my balloons onto the adhesive like that, and let's give it a try. there's my balloons floating up and down. I love this slider card. I think it's so fun. And there's still room for me to sign here. If you want to do a bigger greeting, you could actually add a piece of basic white to the back and write a longer greeting if you want to. But this one is so fun. I got so inspired with this one. I'm like, oh my goodness, I could do this and put the mitten there, right? You could have the mitten go up and down. You could have the snowflakes and make this a Christmas card and have the snowflake and Wink of Stella on the balloons. Yes, I'm waiting for my order. I've run out of Wink of Stella, but that's a great idea. I love that idea. You could put a couple of snowflakes there, as I mentioned, and use the snowflakes from the gnomes paper. Have you guys got that gnome paper? That one's also retiring. I'm so sad about that. So grab your gnome paper with the snowflakes in the background. You could put your snowflakes here. And you could use the same silver tag and use the blue ribbon from the gnomes set. That was another one I was thinking of doing. You could also make this a Valentine's card, right? You could put the heart on there, double hearts. And then you could, over here on the tag, you could do made with love. And then there's a die that cuts out the made with love, and you could put that on there. Oh my gosh, so many things, right? There's a die that cuts out this banner and this banner. It's right here. Let me show you. It coordinates with the made, and then you flip it over and it coordinates with the love. So, oh my gosh, so fun. There's another little die, a little banner die here that is made specifically for the XOXO for love and be jolly. But I've seen some cards on Pinterest where they stamp the let's celebrate and they actually just cut out the celebrate with the banner. So there are so many options, you guys, with these celebrate tags, dies, and the stamp set. And I've had so much fun featuring them this week. And this card here, I'm definitely going to be making more of them. I love how it uses half a sheet of cardstock, right? Our normal card size base. And yeah, so super fun. Let me just flip you back around. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't want to make you dizzy. There we go. Okay. If I've missed your comments because that silly star thing was popping up again, I will come back. I promise. And yeah, I hope you guys will have fun making this card. I had a blast making this one with you. And how many things can you put on the slider, right? It's so much fun. So I wish you all a great rest of your Friday, a wonderful weekend ahead. And I hope you'll plan to come back and join me again on Monday. 9:30 Mountain Standard Time is my normal time to go live. And I love seeing your comments and your hearts and your shares. Thank you all for your support so much. Remember, if you place an order with me, the first week of December, I am giving out 1/4 pack of the Hostess paper from the mini catalog. That's the one with all the beautiful pieces. Oh, here it is. This one right here. All these beautiful patterns. So you're going to get one sheet of each one cut into a 6x6 piece, unless you live in Calgary. If you place an order using my host code KFFMA4KR and you live in Calgary and you want it to stay 12 by 12, you have to reach out to me. Otherwise, I'm going to mail it as 6x6. Pick up at my front door is 12 by 12. But if I have to mail it, it has to be cut down because it is way too expensive. Unless you want to pay the shipping. It's super expensive here in Canada to mail 12 by 12. Okay, that's all. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you'll come back and see me next week. Take care, everybody, and happy ordering from the Last Chance list and the clearance rack. Clean up the clearance rack. Get that stuff while it's available. It's so many great deals. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.